Before we get started with our divisional round projections, I thought we'd start off with a fun fact. And in doing research for these videos, I stumbled across something that absolutely stunned me. And did you know that out of the last 20 Super Bowls, 17 of those Super Bowls have had either Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, or Peyton Manning as the quarterback? I had to double check that one. That blew my mind, but it is, in fact, true. So there's your fun fact for the day. Let's get started with the video. And we also want to touch on our wild card weekend results. We went 3-0 with our AFC picks. Not quite as well in the NFC. We went 1-2 as we had the Cowboys actually going to the NFC Championship game, and the Rams beat the Cardinals, and we had the Cardinals picked in that one. So hopefully we do better in this one. In an attempt to make these projections as accurate as possible, we've added a few extra categories, and we will touch on those in just a second. But starting off with the Titans and the Bengals, we've got the number 1 seed Titans against number 4 Bengals. We're going to start off with our quarterbacks. We have Ryan Tannehill versus Joe Burrow. PFF gives the edge to Joe Burrow. Head coaching, Mike Vrabel and Zach Taylor. This is a category that I determined myself. We're giving the edge to Mike Vrabel. Time of possession, that's going to go with the Tennessee Titans. The offensive line is also going to go with the Tennessee Titans, as well as the defensive line. PFF rating a little bit better than the Bengals. Turnover differential, that's going to go with the Bengals as they were even on the season. Penalty yards, the Bengals were the number 1 team in football with penalty yards against. Some of the new categories that we added here. We're going to start with their regular season record versus playoff teams. The Bengals get the slight edge there percentage-wise as they went 4-2 versus the Titans that went 4-3. Point differential is another category that we added. The Bengals won their games by an average of 5.1 points per game, and the Titans averaged 3.8. Advantage Bengals. We then go to the record in one-score games. The Titans an impressive 6-2, while the Bengals were 4-5. Edge Titans. And finally, we decided to incorporate the ELO rating for each team. If you're not sure what ELO is, look that up online. But in this case, the Titans have a 66% chance to make the conference championship. The Bengals have a 34% chance. Edge Titan. So in a very close matchup, 6-5, we have the Titans moving on. Our second AFC matchup pits the number 2 seed, the Kansas City Chiefs, against the number 3 seed Buffalo Bills. We will start off with our quarterback matchup, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. According to PFF, the edge goes to Josh Allen. Head coach, we're going to give that to Andy Reid. Time of possession, that goes to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. PFF offensive line, that nod is going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs, while the Buffalo Bills have the number 1 defensive line in football. Turnover differential, we've got 8 for the Buffalo Bills and a +4 for the Chiefs. Advantage Bills. Penalty yards against, that goes with the Kansas City Chiefs. Record versus playoff teams, the Chiefs are 3-3 this season. Buffalo 2-3. Edge Chiefs. Point differential, Buffalo Bills lead the league with a 12.4 differential. Kansas City Chiefs are 7.6. Nod Bills. In one-score games this year, we give that edge to the Kansas City Chiefs. They were 5-3, and shockingly, the Buffalo Bills were 0-5. And finally, our ELO score, or our ELO rating, 65% for the Chiefs, 35% for the Bills. Advantage Chiefs, and we're going to go 6-5 in another close one with the Kansas City Chiefs moving on. Moving over to the NFC, we have the number 1 seed, the Green Bay Packers, taking on number 6 San Francisco 49ers. In the battle of the quarterbacks, we're going to give the edge to Aaron Rodgers. Head coaching is going to go to Matt LaFleur of the Green Bay Packers. Time of possession, the Green Bay Packers, the number 1 team in football. PFF offensive line goes to the San Francisco 49ers. PFF defensive line goes to the Packers. Turnover differential, +13 on the season, edge Packers. Penalty yards against, the Packers had a fantastic season. They get the edge there as well. Versus playoff teams, the Green Bay Packers are 5-1. San Francisco is 4-4. We're going to go with the Packers. In point differential this season, the Green Bay Packers are at +4.6. San Francisco 49ers +3.8, but that edge goes to the Packers. In one-score games this season, the San Francisco 49ers are 5-5, while the Packers are 6-3, edge Packers. And finally, ELO rating, going to the conference championship, the Packers have a 75% chance, 49ers 25, edge Packers in one of the most lopsided statistical breakdowns that we've had. The Green Bay Packers are going to get the nod 10-1. Moving on to the number 2 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the number 4 seed, Los Angeles Rams. PFF quarterback, Tom Brady. Head coaching goes with Sean McVay. Time of possession is going to go with the Buccaneers. PFF offensive line, number 2 in all of football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. PFF defensive line also goes with the Buccaneers by a slight edge. In turnover differential, the Buccaneers are plus 10 on the season and they get the nod. Penalty yards against, that goes with the Los Angeles Rams. And we have a clean sweep for the rest of the categories here. Versus playoff teams, the Buccaneers win that with a record of 4-1 versus the Rams at 2-5. Point differential goes with the Bucs, 9.7 versus 6.2. One-score games goes with the Bucs. Undefeated this year, 6-0 versus the Rams at a very respectable 4-2. And ELO for the conference championship, 68% Bucs, 32% Rams. So with a 9-2 score, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers move on to the conference championship to face the Green Bay Packers. Taking a look at the AFC Championship game, we have the Tennessee Titans against the Kansas City Chiefs. In our quarterback battle of Ryan Tannehill versus Patrick Mahomes, we're going to give the edge to Ryan Tannehill, according to PFF, not according to me. Head coaching, we give the edge to Andy Reid. Time of possession goes with the Titans. PFF O-line goes with the Chiefs, as does the PFF D-line. Turnover differential, the Chiefs win that battle with positive 4 on the year. Penalty yards against, that also goes with the Chiefs. Versus playoff teams this year, the Titans have done better, 4-3 versus the Chiefs at 3-3. Point differential on the season, the Chiefs win that battle, 7.6 to 3.8. In one-score games, the Tennessee Titans have gone 6-2 this season, while the Chiefs are 5-3, so the slight edge goes to the Tennessee Titans. And finally, ELO, in terms of making it to the Super Bowl, the Tennessee Titans have a 27% chance, the Kansas City Chiefs a 43% chance, edge of the Chiefs. So with a 7-4 score, we're going to predict the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. And who will the Kansas City Chiefs play in the Super Bowl? It comes down to a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, we give the edge to Tom Brady. Head coaching, we give the edge to the Packers and Matt LaFleur. Time of possession, Packers. PFF O-line goes with the Buccaneers. PFF defensive line, Buccaneers 7-15, they get the win. Turnover differential, plus 13 on the season, goes with the Packers. Penalty yards against also goes with the Packers. Versus playoff teams this year, both teams with one loss, the Packers have one more win, so they get the nod. Point differential goes with the Buccaneers, 9.7 to 4.6. In one-score games, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers undefeated this season. Packers a very respectable 6-3. And ELO to make it to the Super Bowl, we've got 48% for the Packers and 30% for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So in a very close game and a 6-5 score in our prediction model, we have the Green Bay Packers moving forward to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And finally, our updated Super Bowl prediction. And before we get to this, I will throw in that my gut feeling is telling me it's going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. But in terms of these analytics, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Starting off with the quarterback matchup, we go with Aaron Rodgers. Head coaching, we're going to go with the Packers. Time of possession goes with the Packers as well. We then shift to the PFF offensive line and defensive lines. Those both go to the Chiefs. Turnover differential, plus 13 on the season, goes with the Packers. Penalty yards against, also with the Green Bay Packers. Versus playoff teams, Green Bay 5-1, the Chiefs 3-3, edge Packers. Point differential, the explosive Chiefs with a 7.6 on the season get the edge over the Packers with 4.6. We then go to the one-score games this season. Both teams with 3 losses, but the Packers have one more win. Slight edge to the Packers. And ELO to win the Super Bowl, 25% chance to the Green Bay Packers and a 24% chance for the Chiefs. About as close as you can get. Slight edge to the Packers, but with an 8-3 score, our predictive model tells us, once again, the Green Bay Packers will be the Super Bowl champion this season. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Enjoy the games, everybody.